What's up, everybody? Today we bought cheap seats in the N.L East, and now we're going to look at some cheap moves these teams could be making to help them out in the second half. Where are we starting off, Blake?
Well, unfortunately, Ivan, we got to kick things off with the division-leading Atlanta Braves. Boy, does that sound familiar. For how many years was it? 17 years, I believe. The Atlanta Braves run roughshod over the NL East.
I was starting to get familiar with the Phillies, but
Remember back in the 90s, though, of course, the Braves dominated the division until the New York Mets in 2006.
playing down
Took things over there for a year or so.
a year.
But hey, we definitely broke
Thanks,
up.
Marlins.
We
Thanks.
definitely broke up the streak. We're going to kick things off with the Atlanta Braves.
All right, well, they got some holes. Not too many according to the record, but they seem to be pulling out. I think they need to address those outfield issues.
They've
they
suffered
have.
some injuries.
Nate McLeod hitting the DL. Who else?
Of course, Jason Hayward, the top rookie,
Oh, Jason Hayward.
the highly touted rookie, voted into the All-Star team for the National League. Doesn't look like he's going to start, but Hayward
Very, very well represented, too.
very, very well represented
Very
his
well.
Atlanta Braves, including the controversial Omar Infante.
Oh, my God.
But that's something that's for another lengthy discussion.
I'm sure you heard enough of that.
But nonetheless, Jason Hayward, of course, top rookie outright fielder for the Braves. He is out. Big bat for them. Of course, you mentioned Nate McLeod out there in center field. He's had some issues. You know, this team has some mediocre outfielders. You know, guys like Matt Diaz, of course, we mentioned Omar Infante. Braves need to make some moves here. Looks like outfield will probably be a good spot.
Yeah, I would start with outfield for them. Definitely. They got the corners covered all right. Who are they looking at? They're looking at Coco Crisp from the Athletics.
Trying to get some, speed out there. We saw the Braves in the mid-'90s throughout that generation with guys like Kenny Lofton and Marquise Grissom roaming that center field.
Jones.
Of course, Andrew Jones throughout the latter part of that run. Those guys really were able to command the outfield there. I think if they were to bring in a guy like that, that could potentially put them over the top. And, I don't think Martin Prado is necessarily your prototypical leadoff guy. I think he functions better in that number 2 hole. So if they could bring in a guy like Crisp or someone else that you had mentioned, I believe that could be more beneficial in that leadoff hole and allow Prado to slide in the number 2 hole and Hayward move down in the order when he eventually comes back off the disabled list. And the Braves, unfortunately, should be pretty solid.
What do you think about hot-hitting Corey Patterson over here?
Hot-hitting Corey Patterson. Hey, you want to talk fantasy baseball here? Second half push, experts in fantasy baseball. Corey Patterson, our 14-team head-to-head league right now, the number 1 rated outfielder in the last month on the waiver wire. So it shows you how much an impact.
Deep.
Very deep.
Bruce Chen just got picked up.
Bruce Chen. I definitely mentioned a comment earlier. Bruce Chen got picked up in fantasy baseball in 2010. Cannot believe that happened. But then Corey Patterson now, he is a member of the Baltimore Orioles as we speak. But guys like Felix P.A. have been playing pretty well in that outfield, of course, with guys like Nick Markakis and, of course, Adam, not Pac-Man Jones, roaming the outfield there for the Baltimore Orioles. So a guy like Corey Patterson could become expendable, switching leagues from the American League to the National League, could become a very effective leadoff hitter there for Bobby Cox. And, again, unfortunately for us Mets fans, I think the Braves make it a little bit better if they can acquire a solid outfielder.
All of the DJs surely have taken a lesson. Start talking trash and I'll come with my Smith & Wesson.